It's a wonderful day. A wonderful, very special day. In fact, today is so wonderful and special that I'm going to remember it by putting it all in my scrapbook. Let's see. Today is oh dear, I'm afraid I've forgotten. I think today was something besides being today, but while I was jumping just now, I seem to have jumped that something right out of my head. Oh, I know what I'll do. I shall go and ask Rabbit. Rabbit always knows about important somethings going on. It's a good thing I've got my scrapbook to unforget the things I've forgotten. This is a drawing of me trying to remember what today is all about. Tra-la-la! Oh, it's a very nice day for singing tra-la-la. See? I don't want to go home now. There's so much to do. How wonderful! I found a haycorn. A haycorn, my favorite. I sometimes wonder if the wind gets tired or if it just goes somewhere else. Oh, hello, Tigger.
Can't talk now. I'm spirating some buzzly bees.
Oh, I do like Tigger, only sometimes I wish he were a bit less bouncy. But then, I guess he wouldn't be very Tiggery. I don't think I should go into Rabbit's garden without his permission. Rabbit, hello? I don't think he can hear me. Hup, hup. Oh, I can't reach it. I think it looks much better on that side.
Oh, it's you, Piglet. Come in, come in. No time to waste.
Rabbit, do you know, is there anything sort of, special about today?
Well, of course. Today, I'm making a very large soup for everyone.
Oh, soup. What kind of soup is it exactly?
It's a very large soup. I'm certain I said that.
I like very large soups.
And everyone in the wood is helping by bringing me ingredients and things.
What about me, Rabbit? May I help?
Yes, except this is a rather big job, you know. A very large soup requires many complicated ingredients. Honey, thistles, milk, pepper, of course.
Honey, thistles, milk, pepper.
Oh, yes, and haycorns. I need 10 haycorns. I'll have to find someone to gather those for me.
Haycorns? You can find haycorns all over the wood.
Pooh, of course, is in charge of honey, and I've asked Eeyore to pick out some nice thistles. Kanga will be bringing milk. Oh, and Owl has some excellent imported pepper. I wonder where they can all be, though. It's getting rather late, and not one of them has arrived with their ingredients.
I could get those things, Rabbit, or anything. Really? May I bring something, too?
Well, I suppose you could help, Piglet. Here, take this basket. Go outside and pick an onion or two from my garden, would you?
Oh, thank you, Rabbit. You can count on me.
Good. Now run along. I want to have all the ingredients ready before everyone else arrives.
This is a list of what Rabbit needs for the very large soup. Rabbit needs some onions from his garden. Rabbit said Pooh Bear is supposed to bring honey for the soup. Rabbit said he needed 10 acorns for the soup. Eeyore is supposed to bring Rabbit some thistles for the soup. Kanga is supposed to give Rabbit some milk for the soup. Rabbit said Owl is supposed to bring him pepper for the soup.
Oh, dear. I don't see how I'm ever going to get all the acorns I need. I have to stay here in the kitchen to mind the soup pot. I can't be 2 places at once, you know.
I can bring them to you, Rabbit. I'm very good at finding acorns.
Well, if you do happen to come across any lying around, be sure to pick them up.
Oh, what was that? Oh, it was probably just the wind. I hope.
Pooh Bear was supposed to be bringing me some honey for my very large soup, but I'll bet he's forgotten. If you see that bear, Piglet, be sure to remind him about the honey, will you?
But I...
Thank you.
These carrots look very nice, and Rabbit says they're good for my eyesight. Oh, I like radishes. They're already spiced when you pick them. Owl once told me potatoes have eyes, but I'll keep them in this basket. Then maybe they won't be able to see me. Onions always make me cry. Oh, not in a sad way, more in a leaky way. Parsnips look like carrots and haven't had enough sunshine. Oh, they're quite tasty, though. A acorn! Oh, this is wonderful. Sometimes if I stand very still, I can hear the sun shining. Oh, hello, Tigger.
Say there, Piglet.
Tigger, what do you call that bouncy thing you're doing?
I'm spirating. Spirating is what Tiggers do the bestest.
Tigger, don't buzzly bees make honey?
Well, these sure do. I can't see it, but I can smell it. I could scoop you up some, Piglet, old pal, but I'd get awful sticky holding all that honey. Too bad we don't have anything to put it in.
Oh, that's a very tall climb for such a small animal. How wonderful! I found a acorn. A acorn! Oh, this is wonderful. Rabbit needs some onions from his garden.
Oh, my, it's calamitous.
Hello, Owl. Oh, what's the matter?
Good day, Piglet. You see, my passepartout is quite unlocatable.
You're who?
I cannot find my key, and so I'm locked out of my house.
Oh, well, I'll help you look for it.
Oh, would you really? Capital, my dear fellow. I'm certain it's around here somewhere. Let me tell you about my great-uncle Carruthers. That was his first and last name, mind you, who lost the key to the box where he kept his spectacles.
Tra-la-la. Oh, it's a very nice day for singing tra-la-la. See? How Wonderful! I found a acorn. The door's locked, and we haven't found the key yet. Oh, look, Owl, here's your key.
Aha! Of course! I put it there for safekeeping, and a very safe spot it turned out to be. Still in working order, I see. Well, won't you come in then, Piglet? Piglet, have I told you the story of my great-aunt Hattie's powder blue umbrella?
Owl, did you know that Rabbit's making a very large soup? And it's for everyone.
Yes, I do believe he mentioned that.
And he needs some pepper. Have you got any?
Yes, well, I had planned to deliver the pepper personally. However, as you can see, my spices are in considerable disarray.
They're where?
They're quite mixed up, and I can't very well find the pepper when my spices are all mixed up now, can I?
Well, it seems if you could just...
Clearly, the spices will need to be organized first. Alphabetically, I should think. Yes, that should work quite nicely.
I could help you organize them, Owl. I'm very good at organizing.
Brilliant idea, Piglet. These spices need to be put in the spice rack in the correct order. Please pick them up and place them in alphabetical order, Piglet.
Aniseed?
Aniseed, my dear Piglet, tastes remarkably like licorice, but what most don't know is that it's actually related to the celery plant.
Basil?
Did you know that the ancient Romans believed that if you put a leaf of basil beneath a pot, it would transform into a scorpion?
Well, I'll be sure never to try that. Chives?
Piglet, are you aware that chives are a perennial plant? That is, they will grow year after year. Hoo-hoo! And you only need to plant them once.
Dillweed?
Long ago, Piglet, it was thought that one could use dillweed to help one drift off to sleep.
Pepper?
Oh, yes, I meant to get that pepper to Rabbit today, though I think it best to leave it there until the spices are put in tip-top order.
They're all sorted by alphabet, just how you wanted them, Owl.
I say, Piglet, they certainly are. Well done. And look, here is the pepper, right in its proper position. Piglet, will you do me one other small favor?
Yes?
I have some important thinking to do. Would you be so kind as to take this pepper to Rabbit for me?
Oh, I'd be happy to, Owl.
I am most grateful, Piglet.
A acorn! Oh, this is wonderful. I'm glad there are beetles and small crawly things in the forest because they make me feel much larger than I would otherwise. Hup! Oh my! Looks like I need to cross the pond in order to get to the other side. I think I shall be able to cross this pond if I hop across on the rocks, logs, and lily pads. Hup! Hup! Ugh. it to the other side. My, I was braver than I thought. Kanga Roo, hello? Well, I'm sure they won't mind if I take some milk to Rabbit for the very large soup. Perhaps they haven't got to it yet, and I can help them by getting to it now. Oh, what was that? Oh, it was probably just the wind. I hope. Hump, hump. Hello, Pooh Bear.
Oh, hello, Piglet.
Pooh Bear, are you making a swimming hole? If so, it looks a little bit, dry.
That's probably because it isn't a swimming hole so much as it is a trap for woozles.
Woozles? Oh, dear, are there woozles about?
You never can tell with woozles, but in case there were, and in case they wanted to get into my house to sample my honey, I thought I would dig a trap so they couldn't sample my honey, that is.
Does the trap work?
I'm not sure yet. You see, Piglet, once I had finished digging, I found that my house and I were on opposite ends of the trap, and now I can't think how to get one of us to the other side.
Oh, dear. I can't go around the trap, and I really don't want to go in it, but maybe I can think of a way to go over it. Oh, dear, I can't get over there. There's a woozle trap in the way. Pooh, did you know Rabbit is making a very large soup for everyone today?
Yes, but then I forgot. I believe I said I would bring Rabbit a pot of honey, only the honey is inside my house, whereas, you see, I'm outside of it. Bother.
Here's a delicious acorn. How wonderful! I found a acorn. It's funny how some days are sort of squeakier than others. Hello, Eeyore. How are you?
As good as can be, considering how I'm all wet.
But Eeyore, you don't look at all wet to me.
Well, it's all on the inside, of course.
Oh,
Shame about all this rain, isn't it?
but it isn't raining, Eeyore.
Only a matter of time.
Oh, are you painting, Eeyore?
Suppose you could call it that if I weren't having trouble with the colors.
What sort of trouble?
One color seems pretty much like another to me. Wouldn't bother using them at all, only everyone else seems to like them. I don't suppose you'd like to help me choose colors.
Oh, certainly. I like colors. just right.
Better than I could do.
That's just right.
Well, look at that.
Wonderful.
You don't say.
Eeyore, were you supposed to be bringing some thistles to Rabbit? He's making a very large soup, you know, for everyone.
Everyone who likes soup, you mean? And I'm not sure if I do, so I don't suppose he meant me.
Oh, no, I'm sure he wants you to come. And if you like, I could take him the thistles for you.
Well, all right, if it's not too much of a bother.
Ow, the thistles certainly are pokey, aren't they? You never know when you might need a longish board like this one. A acorn! Oh, this is wonderful. Pooh, we can walk across this board to get to your house.
Why, so we can. That's a very good idea. Let's go and make sure the honey is still snug in the pantry, shall we?
Pooh Bear, you don't think there are any woozles inside, do you?
Oh, bother. I'm afraid that was all there is. And I believe all the other pots are empty as well.
But, Pooh, weren't you supposed to be bringing Rabbit a pot of honey for his very large soup?
Oh, yes, and here one is, all ready to go. How lucky.
Yes, only don't you think Rabbit would be happier with a pot of honey that had some honey in it?
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. When he said he wanted a pot of honey, I supposed that the pot was the important part. But I suppose it could have been the honey part as well. Still, I suppose an empty honey pot is better than no honey pot at all. Oh. Oh, bother. I would almost go and look for a little smackerel of something, but then what if a little smackerel of something came looking for me, and I wasn't here to greet it? Oh, bother.
I wonder how many steps it is from my house to Pooh's house. I shall have to count them sometime. Perhaps we can piece one of your broken honey pots back together, Pooh. Well, that looks right. That piece fits. That piece fits. We did it! Oh, and it's a good thing the pieces are sticky enough to hold it together.
Yes, it certainly is. And, Piglet, I was just thinking.
Yes?
Perhaps you could take the pot to Rabbit for me. Perhaps I should stay here just in case. In case any more honey should turn up. You never can tell with honey, you know.
Oh, all right, Pooh. I'd be very happy to take the pot to Rabbit for you. Perhaps we can piece another one of your broken honey pots back together, Pooh. Well, that looks right. That piece fits perfectly. Oh, look, it's all done. Here you are, Pooh Bear.
Thank you, Piglet.
Here's a delicious acorn. How wonderful! I found a acorn. Here you are, Tigger.
A honey pot! Honey pots are perfect for filling up with honey. Here's some honey for you, little piglet.
Thank you, Tigger.
Ah, shucks. You're welcome. Tiggers do not make good pincushions.
Pardon me for saying so, Tigger, but isn't spire rating usually more of a quiet and sneaky sort of thing?
Not when you're spirating buzzly bees. With buzzly bees, the best thing is to bounce as bouncily and noisily as you can.
Is there any more honey in the beehive, Tigger?
Is there more honey? Why, there's lots and lots of it.
A acorn! Oh, this is wonderful. At first, this was going to be a picture of vegetables, because that's what I gathered for the soup, but I was never very good at drawing those. I made a drawing to remember the time I found Owl's key, which was lost. Here's a picture to remind me of when I got the pepper and Owl sneezed for some time. This is a drawing of me carrying Kanga's milk across the pond. That was quite an adventure. I was very brave. Here I am finding some thistles for the soup. Oh my, I do look sort of brave in this picture, don't I? I found 10 acorns for the soup, which I thought would make a very important drawing. And I sure do like drawing acorns. I call this drawing The Rescue of Pooh Bear. I've done a drawing of the putting together of Pooh Bear's honey pot, which I have decided to call The Putting Together of Pooh Bear's Honey Pot. This drawing is to remember the time when my pot of nothing at all became a pot of honey instead. Dear Rabbit,
Those are just right, and they should be since I grew them myself. Thank you, Piglet.
Dear Rabbit, for the very large soup.
Thistles, and they look just perfect. Thank you, Piglet.
Dear Rabbit,
Ah, you found some milk. Well, very good, Piglet. Now I won't have to wait for Kanga after all.
Dear Rabbit, for the very large soup.
Honey! Oh, well done, Piglet. Perhaps I should have sent you after it in the first place.
Dear Rabbit, for the very large soup.
Aha! Pepper. Just what I need. Thank you very much, Piglet.
Dear Rabbit, for the very large soup.
Well, thank you, Piglet. Excellent. Now I have enough acorns for the soup. Oh, thank you, Piglet. Well, I think now we have everything we need to make the very large soup. Well, I must say, Piglet, you've turned out to be quite a big helper today. Good gracious, they're here!
Already?
Oh, dear, I'll be so busy with my hosting duties I won't have time to finish the very large soup. Do you think you might be able to do it, Piglet?
Oh, yes, Rabbit, I might. I might be able to do it indeed.
This isn't bad. Not bad at all. It's rather nice, don't you think, Pooh Bear?
Yes, I was just thinking that. How nice it was. And also, Piglet, how nice it was of you to help me by taking Rabbit my pot of honey. Or rather, my pot without the honey.
Oh, yes, and the pepper additionally.
And the thistles.
And the other things, too.
I wonder if we shouldn't perhaps rename the soup? You know, in honor of Piglet.
Oh, would that be a very large piglet soup? I say, capital idea.
Oh, that sounds very nice.
Oh, my. Thank you all very much. But I wonder if perhaps very large soup isn't better off without any piglets in it.
Ah, that's a
Quite
very
so.
good
I
point,
suppose.
Piglet.
Well, I guess it's time to eat. Who would like some very large soup without any piglets in it?
This isn't bad. Not bad at all. It's rather nice, don't you think, Pooh Bear?
I like thistles, and the soup's kinda thistly. Must be a coincidence.
This soup, Piglet, reminds me of one which was invented by my third cousin once removed some 20 years ago. Oliver was employed as a hat checker in an establishment that did not allow hats. So, as he had rather a lot of free time, he began to experiment in the kitchen.
Owl, we've heard that story 1,000 times.
Right. Then I'll just have to think of another.
Very nice.
Ah, excellent. The finest, very large soup I've ever tasted. Next to my own, of course.
You know, Piglet, I think this would be a rather good time to recite my soup poem. A soup is a thing that warms the tummy and makes you sing, yum, yummity, yummy.
I think I might need a little more pepper, or maybe a little less.
Oh,
Wonderful.
Woohoo!
You don't say.
This isn't bad. Not bad at all. It's rather nice, don't you think, Pooh Bear?
Exit? Yes, please.